In other words, this is what we represent. This is what we are. This is what we want the world to recognize us for. That's what a mission is. Hi, this is the second part of the series of three episodes that are dedicated to brand identity. Now, very simply, I mean, I'm not getting much into that, but just to give you the basic principles about building your own identity as far as your business is concerned. You can use that in any, whichever thing that you want to promote outside it. You can create your own brand identity if you have a brand. For example, if you're a professional, you definitely want to do that, so that you let the market know what you're doing, what you're here for, how you can make this market better. So, this being said, let's go right into it, and we will see today that based on the work that we did last week in the last episode, which was dedicated to values. Okay, so in that case, we will be creating upon those values our mission. And this is how it's done. But before we get into that, I would like to start with showing you two constitutions. Okay? So, well, the constitution of a country. So there's an Italian constitution, which we will see because that's the country I live in. And there's an American constitution and many more. Why have I chosen these two? Because they are two great constitutions, by far among the most beautiful in the world, but they are very much different in the tone. And I will show you which one you should prefer. Not because, as I said, not because it's better as a constitution, but because it has the best tone, the best impact. Because when you read a constitution, you want to say, wow, I'm proud to be born in this country. I really want to be part of all this. Okay, if you don't feel that when you read your constitution, it means your constitution is weak. Even though the principles that it is based on are great, but principles alone are not enough. You also need values. So let's see these two constitutions. And let's start with the first one, which is the Italian one. Italy is a democratic republic founded on work. Sovereignty belongs to the people and is exercised by the people in the forms and within the limits of the Constitution. The Republic recognizes and guarantees the inviolable rights of the person as an individual and in the social groups where human personality is expressed. The Republic expects that the fundamental duties of political, economic, and social solidarity are fulfilled. As you see, it's a very good opening. It says there are values there, not too many. There are two, one of which is instrumental, which is the work. Okay, work is a value, but it's an instrumental one. In other words, it is a container, okay, of emotional states, which are the values. In other words, through work, you will get to what you really want to feel. For example, in work, you have values, emotional states such as creativity, okay, such as hard work, that you have to work, that you labor, productivity, talent, all these things, which are values, are included in work. But it's not very strong because it doesn't have the direct appeal that a mission, which a constitution is basically. A constitution is at least in the first part of any constitution, should be a mission. In other words, this is what we represent. This is what we are. This is what we want the world to recognize us for. That's what a mission is. But that's not strong enough. Even the rest of it is good. Very good things, but it's very irrational, very dry. It's not emotionally appealing, which is kind of strange because, in Italy, we're known for our, for how emotional we are. And now how we cherish emotions and emotionality. Okay. But for some reason, perhaps because we are like that, and the writers, those who drew up the Constitution, maybe thought, oh, I think we should be a little more rational. Okay. But it doesn't have the same impact, for example, as the American Constitution. Let's see it. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Now, you see how different this is? First thing, just the very first thing, we, the people of the United States. The other one did not involve the people. It was just expressing a principle, a great principle, but it's not as impactful because the person that reads this, it's nothing to me. I'm the people, if I'm an American, I'm part of this. I'm involved in this. That's different. It's not just like saying, okay, yes, it's a republic founded on Europe. And then, as you see, it has six values, important ones: union, justice, tranquility, defense, welfare, liberty. And this is what we want to do. We want to work on all these things so that people will feel part of all this. They feel taken care of, for defense. They will feel free. This is why it's so important that we respect the Constitution, to have all these things. And there's another thing here that's very important. The fact that whereas in the Italian Constitution, it was divided in 3 sentences. Here it's just one. And that makes a whole of a lot of difference as far as the impact is concerned. And that's why, for example, as we will see, missions should always be written in one single session because it is stronger, because it builds, as you read, it builds up. Whereas if you put sentences, you go, then you have to start all over. Instead, here it's like, it builds until it says, we ordain and establish the Constitution of the United States of America. Yeah. You don't feel like saying, yeah, after having read the Italian Constitution, the first 3 lines, because there's no building up. That's a difference. And that's how missions should be made. So let's see a few examples of these missions. MoMA, the Museum of Modern Arts in New York. What is their mission? Connecting people from around the world to the art of our time. Now, why did I write what? Because a mission should be composed of 3 parts: a what, a how, and a why. Now, it's not a rule, but if you want to have a certain impact, you should use all 3, at least 2 of these 3, at least. Now, one sounds more like a payoff or a slogan or an intention. That's what we do. That's it. It's not a bad mission. It's not a bad what. It's a great what. But where's the mission here? So what? So you say, what? So what? You can let people, well, so do others, other museums. It's not the only museum of modern art in the world. It's one of the most famous ones. It's not the only one. So why is this so special? Then let's see another one. This is the American Red Cross, to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergency. Oh, that's a strong what. Now, this is their goal. It's a very high goal, a very strong goal. By mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. Here you have something else with respect to the moment. And it's the how. You have what, and you have the how you intend to do that. We want to prevent suffering. And how I want to do that by getting as many people and volunteers involved. So it's better than the other one. It's stronger than the other one. It's more complete. Let's see another one still. This is Forbes, the magazine, Forbes. Delivering trustworthy and insightful information to its global audience. This is the what. That's the goal they want to pursue. Empowering them to make well-informed decisions in their realm of business, investing technology and leadership. Now, it doesn't say how they want to deliver trustworthy, what are the means through which they want to do that, but it tells you why that's so important. We want to do this so that the recipients can make better decisions. That's our purpose. We want them to be in that condition. So they don't have a how, but they have a why, which is stronger still with respect to just the how. Okay, if I were to choose, for only two, I would definitely choose what and why, and not what and how. The what, it has to be. I mean, otherwise it makes no sense. If you don't tell people what you're there for, okay, so it doesn't make any sense. But if I were to choose between the how and the why, definitely the why. So now, let's see how we can have all three. And I'll show you my own mission as a professional, as a coach, as a trainer. So you have it all. To promote, support, and valorize the growth of individuals and organizations. That's what I want to do. I want individuals and organizations to grow. That's my goal. How? Thanks to a deeper awareness of the forces and dynamics that operate in our reality. So how do I make them grow? By making them become aware of the forces and dynamics that operate in our reality. So to go beyond what is the imminent reality, the reality that you can touch, that you can perceive, which is not enough anymore. Okay, that is not enough. You need to know how reality actually works, because our reality is becoming more and more systemic. So that's the how. And then in order to acquire the control and the power that is needed to fully express their own extraordinary potential, which is what I was saying. If you are aware of these things, then my why behind that, there is a why, there is a purpose, is so that you can be more in control and you have more power through that awareness, and you can be more competitive because you understand better how things work. So you see, it's a little longer than the other ones, but not that much longer. And it says it all. I give you the what, I give you the how, and I give you the why. Now you can make this even better than mine with your own business. But basically, this is what it's all about. You follow this, you follow through these three things, and you're on the right track. Now, next time, I will be talking about vision, which is the third part of the brand identity series that I've worked on for you, so that you know where you're going, and you can do some work on your own without having to spend money on a profession. It's very basic. There's a lot more that we can say about it, but if with these indications, you start working on your own values and mission and vision, you can start having quite a good identity about yourself or your brand if you have a brand. So don't miss the next episode. See you next time.